Good evening, everybody. This is your good podcast host calling, named Marcus. And tonight, we want to wish Nick Vern, 51, a very special happy birthday.
Got it. You got it, Chief. Whatever, it's your
Dude,
show,
I remember the Kymeri had a
snowball.
Snowball. And the camera was this close to the side of his face.
Dude,
you could see his nose hairs.
I have that camera here.
Dude, you could see his nose hairs. And when he went crazy, he would bob in the fucking nose hairs would like jiggle.
You bet your nutters on that.
Hey, I'm Marcus.
And I'm Atrax.
We are working class nerds.
Cue the intro. That's right, we are Working Class Nerds, the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is Thursday, April 4th, 2024, and you can find this Happy Birthday 242 podcast on all the podcast formats in the galaxy far, far away.
You can also find every single Working Class Nerds episode on YouTube. Just search for the Working Class Nerds podcast or go to youtube.com/@workingclassnerds. Click on playlist, click on Working Class Nerds, and boom! Every episode, past and present, right there for your listening pleasure.
And you can pretty much watch me play video games whenever I actually feel like clicking go live at kick.com/MarcusB814, twitch.tv/MarcusB814.
And you can watch me game it up or watch YouTube, whatever. Whenever I feel like it, twitch.tv/A_Atrax.
You can find us all on social media. I'm at MarcusB814.
I'm at Atrax_A.
And the birthday boy is at Nick Vern. That's NICKVERN. And this week's episode, one of my really good friends, he's an awesome dude, Kymeri, is back. And
yeah, he's just your friend, by the way.
Well, he's our friend. But the reason why Kymeri is here is because he's awesome, but this is the last time he's coming on the podcast officially as an East Coaster. That's right, everybody. He's moving to the West Coast, but you know what us East Coasters call it, the worst coast. He's moving in with his girlfriend to lose his balls into her purse for a while. So, Kymeri, welcome back. When are you moving? What the hell is going on?
Hey, what's up? So yeah, I'm officially moving on the 18th, but a lot of my stuff is being shipped out before that. So this Monday coming up. So yeah, things have been good. As you said, I'm moving to the West Coast and going to be with Rooney. It's going to be the best. I'm so excited to finally start our life together. Being long distance for almost 3 years, big deal. So
yeah, I'm excited for you guys, but I can't wait for the time where you guys are like, okay, we need a little bit of distance from each other.
Just in the rooms, just like sitting in the other room.
Yeah. Because you guys have never, what's the longest stretch of time you guys have ever been together?
It was actually in January. It was like a week and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy stuff.
Yeah, and it actually wasn't supposed to be that way. It's just my flight got... Remember, if you guys remember
I remember
my flight,
that.
Yeah, but it was cool. Like, I was excited. I got to spend time there and stay for a while, so that was good. I enjoyed that, so...
And now, so, what state on the West Coast are you moving to?
WA, Washington.
Oh, nice. Well, at least you'll still get snow there.
True.
Do they play hockey in Washington?
Of course, yeah. There's a rink 20 minutes away.
Kraken.
Yeah. There's a rink close. Hey, listen, I was like, I gotta have it, so it's all good.
Hey, listen,
and the mountains are nearby too.
I'm just gonna be honest. The Seattle Kraken, their uniform or their gear, whatever you want to call it, is pretty dope. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And listen, I would rather be a Seattle fan than a Washington Capitals fan.
Whoa. Yeah, we're getting our butts kicked right now. I don't even want to talk about that game. I don't even want to talk about what I was watching before I got on here. Now I'm like
Shots
sad.
fired.
Oh, dude, this is the last. It's like when somebody is like going to the dark side, like Kymeri's heading to the dark side and going to the West Coast.
What if I went to the middle of the country? What was that? What is that? Just the middle? I'm just a filling?
You're just a gray
I'm like
Jedi.
an Oreo? Like
Yeah,
filling?
you would be
like
you
the
would be a
filling of the
gray
Oreo?
Jedi. The West
gray
Coast,
Jedi.
dude. You got to understand. You got to admit, dude. Growing up, like we're East Coasters. Like we're like the West Coast has been our mortal enemy forever. Like
I never
it's
saw it that way.
Oh, see, maybe it was me because like I was around during like the East Coast West Coast rap wars, and it just isn't like.
I mean that makes sense. Yeah, like the Biggie and Pac stuff. Like yeah, sure. Like yeah, I was always an East Coast fan, but like. Yeah, I get that. But that was California. That's different. That's like different. I don't know.
No, dude. East Coast, West Coast, same thing.
Look.
It's different.
I do have to say, being a native West Coaster, Oregon and Washington are above California. And that's just a fact. All right? Like we do not associate with those people. We don't talk to them. We don't let them up here. Like
you guys just drive down to Six Flags, that's it?
And no, we don't drive. We fly. We don't bother with the ground. We stay nice up in the air. LAX sucks. Like California is not great, but every other part of the West Coast is.
So Kai Guy.
Yeah.
How's gaming going? Like, you made a big change late. Since the last time you came on, you made a big change.
Dude, I was looking back today. Can you believe the last time was like over a year ago with Rabes?
Really?
Yeah, that was the last time.
We recorded the new break sound, too. Last time.
Wow.
Dude, I was telling Rooney about that. I was like, it's been like a year since I've been on like podcast. Yeah.
Wow, dude. Well, all right. So tell everybody who you are, what's your, can they find you, and what games do you play?
Hi, I'm Kymeri. You can find me at twitch.tv/Kymeri. And I've been playing a lot of Pokemon lately, as Marcus alluded to. I've been taking a little break from SWTOR. I mean, I miss like Star Wars in general, and I've been talking about this a lot lately. It's been a very hot topic during my streams. Is like the fact that like the shows have been really helping with that right now. Like it's kind of giving me that fix of it. So it's been helpful. That's just been one of the things that I've been doing. And yeah, I just thought about it. I was like, listen, I'm like 3 months away from moving. I wanted to just really do something I really enjoyed and try something out and just kind of have a lot of fun with it and get a lot of stuff done and go with it. And then I even did we did a flexible long stream for my last one here, the longest one, or the long one, right? And we played like League and stuff too, which was really cool. And I thought that was kind of fun, just kind of doing more variety stuff and not honestly caring about anything, like really is. And it's been the best, honestly. I think it's been really, really nice for me overall. Like I feel definitely less stressed out. I'm just enjoying like what I'm doing now. I'm just enjoying myself. So that's all that matters.
So at PAX East this year, speaking of Pokemon, they had 3 Pokemon booths. So there was like the main one where you could see the new expansion for Scarlet Violet.
Sure.
I don't know, when does that come out?
It already came out.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Well, because they had it was like if you were on the outside, you couldn't see inside the booth of what they were playing. Then they had the and then they had the Pokemon Lab, where it was like you were battling other people.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that before. My friend used to do that a lot.
And that was pretty cool. And then they had an area where there was just people dressed up as Pokemon people.
That's cool.
Pokemon, and you could get pictures. Yeah,
that's cool.
And it always is mind-boggling to me how many people love Pokemon.
Yeah, it's a huge media franchise. It's just up there with Star Wars, honestly.
Yeah,
it's the highest IPs. I mean, it's super crazy. And as a kid growing up, I grew up during Pokemania, right? I was pretty young. But it was chaos. I remember telling my parents, I'm like, I want these Pokemon cards. I had the Game Boy, the original Game Boy and stuff. It was intense. Those were times, man.
I can remember playing the card game.
Yep.
I never got into the Game Boy games, but I definitely played the card game with friends.
Yeah, that was
and
popular.
I'm always say, like, I saved every comic book since I was a little kid, but I wish I saved all my old Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah, especially nowadays. They're crazy. It's so crazy. Like COVID really boomed that market, and like it's actually just TCGs in general. Like I follow a lot of TCGs, right? Like I'm interested in a lot of them. I don't play necessarily a ton, but I find it very interesting, right? And COVID was a huge boom for TCG, like anything. And it's even folding over to now. Like when new TCGs come out, there's people that are just buying them up and they're just trying to sell them at like crazy prices because, you know,
TCG is the card game.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, TCG. Yep.
Yeah, trading card game.
Yep.
I started playing Star Wars Unlimited at PAX. The shit is dope.
I was thinking about trying that actually. I was
It's
just
so
talking to
good.
Rooney about that like yesterday.
It's so good, dude.
I'm waiting for
we're
my starter pack. I ordered
Wait,
one
you're
on
playing
Amazon.
Too?
I ordered one on Amazon. It's supposed to be here on the 9th.
I literally talked to her about ordering the starter pack when I move. Like that, dude. That's crazy.
Do it.
Holy,
It's-
it looks
right.
fun. I've been watching a lot of stuff about it. It looks really good.
Dude, it's
Feta
so
was saying
good.
We should
Go
be able to play it over like Zoom and stuff or Discord or
Yeah,
whatever.
you can do Discord webcam. Yep,
So
that'd be sick.
Feta and myself and Nick are going to play it probably. I'm hoping maybe tomorrow night on Discord to do a little trial run. But it's one of those games that, like, I hate a game that takes forever to play. Like, I want to be able to, like, show up to your house or, like, on Discord, whatever, and play a couple, like, 3 games in an hour. You know what I mean?
It's like 5 to 25 minutes is what I'm hearing.
The fastest I got beat, I think, was like 12 minutes. And the longest it took for a game, I think, was 21 minutes.
Oh, right. Cool.
But the 21-minute one was when I was learning. I'll see if I can find
Is that
card.
are you using the, did they give you half of the starter deck or is it just random cards?
Oh, no. So the starter pack comes with enough of the... It's a starter deck.
Oh, you got both of them? Did you got the kit?
Yeah, so I got the
Okay.
kit when I was there, and I bought the last two. I bought the last 2 booster packs that they had at all of PAX.
Holy moly, that's
They
crazy.
sold out in a day, but I'm trying to find this card so I can
believe
show
it.
you it. Because
I've been doing research on it for probably the last couple days just because I've been kind of interested in it, and there was something else that like we were doing. We were actually into Lorcana for a little while, like during last summer, during that hype, the Disney card game. But dude, it was such a burnout when we were trying to get product. Like we couldn't get anything. Like we had to order stuff. Like I got lucky
Yeah.
going to Walmart and getting a couple things, but dude, it was terrible. And this one I'm hearing is a lot better. Oh yeah, I am your father, dude. That's so cool.
all
The
right, so
cards look
listen.
great.
So the card is I am your father. Deal 7 damage to an enemy unit unless its controller says no. If they say no, they draw 3 cards.
That's great.
That's like that right there is a showstopper because like you're either killing somebody completely or you're killing somebody completely or you're allowing that other player to draw 3 cards and that could be game over for you anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
So crazy. I didn't even know. Like both of you, like I'm like, wait, what? Like this is like a thing. Like more people are trying it, and like I thought I was like going to be the only one because like not many people. Oh yeah, the Sabine card. Yeah,
Oh, there
it's
you go.
the leader. Yeah. Like, I mean, I didn't even know. I was like, holy moly! And it seems like it's picking up a lot of good pace right now too.
Well, dude, it's sold out everywhere. You can't even get booster packs right now. Like I can order a full box.
They're $9 and there's 12 of them on Amazon, but that's it.
But they're $9.
They're supposed to be $5. And
Yeah, $5.
The fact, let me just
That's
talk
what I
about something
mean.
really quick. The packs are insane too with the value. You get 16 cards in a pack for $5. Most of the other ones are 11, 9, 10. Like that's actually kind of insane to think
Yeah.
about. And I think it'll get better. It's just I think they a lot of the TCGs do this early. Lorcana did the same thing. Like Chapter 1 was short printed and like printed not well enough, and they just don't have the resources to do it because Pokemon owns like all the printing. And the,
Bro.
like,
Well, and I imagine they have to at least have like proof of concept.
Yeah, it's
'cause
sick.
Right. Seventh
Right.
sister, fifth brother.
'Cause-
Like, it's crazy.
Not only are you competing with Pokemon, but you're
Magic.
also competing with Magic.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, which is huge.
Yep.
Yeah, and Yu-Gi-Oh, exactly.
But here's the thing. This is where I think this game will prove to be huge. It has the IP name.
Yep.
Yeah,
And it's fast.
And
Yeah,
it's
it's
fast,
quick.
and
Yep.
it's easy to learn. Like, I'm not the best card game player,
right,
but I picked it up in one game.
right.
You know, and
Yeah.
of course, like, I don't know all the rules, but like, I'm gonna get a mat
Yep.
so that I can play the game, so I can control it. And I'm thinking like hanging camera from above me.
Yeah, that's
So,
the
like,
best way to do it.
You know what
There
I mean?
you go.
But dude, it's so much fun.
Yeah, we'll
So-
definitely have to do that when I can get some cards when I do that.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Even though it'll be just starter decks, which is like obviously not the greatest thing, but like it's a learning experience, and that's the greatest thing to start.
The starter decks are legit, dude. There's a couple cards. There's there's one of the rebellion cards that it basically you wipe out any unit on there. So like you save that card from when like an
It's a board
ATST. Yeah, but like an ATST is out, gone.
That's crazy. A board
One
wipe.
shot,
That's
one
sick.
kill. Like, because those things fuck you up.
Yeah,
And that's the other
Yeah.
thing, too, I like about the card game is that there's no dice rolling, so there's, like, no, like, chance. It's like, yeah, you're getting the chance of pulling out the card, but you're not rolling dice like in D&D, like, oh, I am about to do something epic, and you roll a 1.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
Yep.
that's a waste.
yeah.
Yep.
You know, rip that guy.
That's really funny that you guys mentioned that. After like the last couple days of me like looking at this and being like, wow, this is actually kind of interesting, and watching people play it a little bit like online just to see what it's like.
Well, the only
Yeah.
advice I can give you is get the starter deck now before they're sold out, because like the reprints
try to
won't
do
be
it.
worth as much as the real first series.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, but I would say definitely play it. I loved it. PAX, we talked about it last week. It was the video game section was definitely smaller than years before.
Interesting.
So we spent a lot more times in the tabletop area, and that's in like we interviewed one of the devs for the game.
Oh wow.
He was just
really?
right there, and like,
From-
yeah, listen to last week's episode. We
I
interviewed
gotta
him. He
do
talked
that.
about the game and like spending the time. And then they had devs. I think they had 12 devs for like 20 tables. So they were teaching you how to play it. And they had the dopest mat, but they don't sell the mat anywhere. It was just made for PAX.
Oh wow. So that's crazy.
Well,
It's
it was
so
a
cool to see that.
2-person. It was a 2-person, so like it would be perfect for like you and Rooney because you guys would be playing it face to
Sure.
face
Yep, of course.
versus us playing it.
Like the webcam stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a really good way, and that's what that. So that also started the big boom during COVID, right? Like with the YTCGs like popped off in popularity, not only collecting wise, but like competitive wise, because people were hosting tournaments and doing webcam tournaments, and everyone's like, "Yo, we're back." And like
Yeah,
they were
right.
just they were just playing, and like for money, like these were like money tournaments, like this. It was crazy, and it was like kind of insane to see that. I was, I'm as a Pokemon competitor in the video game side, I have friends that also play TCG, so I understand and I can see like some of this stuff happening, and it happened during COVID, like I said, and it's just crazy, and it's still going. Like 4 years later, here we are, and the card games new ones are coming out, and they're just keeping popularity, and they're just going.
I can foresee this game going digital as well.
I hope so, because like they don't have a digital client yet, like unfortunately.
For sure, dude. I think the card game is like the beginning. I say a year or so, it'll be full digital as well because it's easy to play. It would be easy to play digitally. And that adds a whole nother element. Because what was the
Especially
card
if they
game
do
from
mobile.
Blizzard?
Hearthstone.
Yes.
Hearthstone.
So like, I don't play a lot of mobile games, but I played a lot of Hearthstone on mobile.
Yeah.
Like you're
Me
taking a
too.
poop. It's
Yeah.
a good poop game. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm always taking poops.
Oh my god.
Oh shit! So Atrax.
Literally.
There
yeah.
it is.
So Atrax, what have you been up to, man?
Oh man. Well, I started playing WoW again.
That's awesome.
I think I mentioned this. I can't remember
Nice.
if I said it. I don't think I said
You
it
did.
last
No, you
week
said
or
you were
not.
talking
Did I
about
say
going
it?
back.
Okay, well, I did it. I bought 2 months. I took the Marcus suggestion, so I don't have to worry about the sub recurring again.
Oh, you bought the
or
60
anything like
day.
that. Yeah.
That's the way to go,
Big
dude.
I
brain.
did the 60 day. And I'm really torn playing WoW, actually, because
Ooh.
like I enjoy playing it, but it's not really solo conducive. So I play it for a little bit, and then I run into something where I'm like, well, it'd be better with a group, so I'll go do something else, or I'll level a different character. Like, there's
Yeah.
enough to keep me entertained, but it's kind of, I'm constantly running into stuff where it would be better to have at least a few people around. I can join AIE, and one of my tunes is on that server, but not my main one. So it's just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of back and forth. The other thing that has me torn is the like gross microtransactions. I call them gross at this point because like they're literally putting stuff in there, and it's like, this will be gone from the store forever in April, blah, blah, blah. And it's just a, like, general, it's not even a cool looking thing. It's just
It's
like
just
a
cosmetic,
general,
though, right?
Yeah, it's just cosmetic stuff. And
They're
you
just-
already buy the expansion. You already pay
Right.
$15 a month for the game. And,
True.
like,
And the cost of the game itself,
and
right?
the cost of the game. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. I don't know.
How you feeling about the next X pack? I heard about it.
The
I didn't
War
do a lot of.
Within, I don't know. I haven't been paying it. Dragonflight was really, there was a lot of stuff in it to do. I felt pretty overwhelmed. Like, I sunk a good amount of time into it, and I still didn't make it to the end. So, and I don't know, maybe I just played slow or something like that. But I don't know. I'm having fun, but I'm also, I don't know. It's kind of back and forth. It has been fun to play and also watch YouTube at the same time. So, like, I've done a couple of streams where I have the game going and also YouTube up on the, like, on a little side monitor. And both, like, the stream can see both of those things. So it's been kind of nice to hang out, like, watch Hell's Kitchen. Or I also watched the first CS2 major, which I'll talk about in a minute. But those streams have been kind of fun, too, to just, like, chill and play a game, also watch YouTube, and people in chat comment on both. It's been good times.
Do you guys think where we're at in the MMO space, do you think if they created a WoW 2, a SWTOR 2, EverQuest 3, they would be popular?
It depends on what happens to the other game, though. Like, if are they just done with the other game? That's it? They're just done?
Well, let's say, all right, I'll play hypotheticals with you guys. So they make WoW 2. All of the purchases you've made through the store transfer. But everything else goes away and you starting over.
Ooh.
Like, what I'm saying
like
is, it's like, okay,
account-wide things, like
Yes.
achievements and all that stuff.
all that stuff transfers. So, like, all your progress is saved. So, like, you know how in SWTOR, when they, like, it goes into, like, in the achievements tab, it's, like, legendary, like, the stuff that you can't achieve. That achievement stays there. But, like, I have to go to SWTOR because it's the only thing I know, is if you kill Nightmare Brontes and you earn the Wings of the Architect, that stays with SWTOR 1. That's no longer a part of the game because you're in a whole new game.
Interesting.
So but let's say you went to the cartel market and purchased Obi-Wan's robes. They would reskin those for the new game, so you would have those because you purchased them with money. But the question is, do you think if they made a WoW 2, SWTOR 2, or another big MMO that's a number 2, it would be as big as it was back in the day?
I think for WoW, no. For SWTOR, yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
Because-
think I would agree with that, too, honestly.
Because WoW is retail, Wrath Classic, and regular classic, which has Season of Discovery and hardcore. So that's 3, 4, 5 different versions that you have already. WoW 2 probably would be popular, but I don't think it would be like you'd still have a majority of the old players sticking with WoW because they've spent
WoW's
so much
gone.
time.
Server shut down.
Oh, people would be really pissed with that. I don't know how they would.
I'm just playing hypothetical with you because
yeah, that's what I mean.
There's a reason why I'm asking it.
I think hypothetically people would be pissed off. Now with SWOTOR, I think a lot of people like I imagine a SWOTOR with ESO or what are some newer RPGs like Final Fantasy graphics. Could you imagine Final Fantasy 14 graphics for Star Wars? Like you would have like realistic looking lightning, the lightsabers wouldn't have weird glows, all of the air like dude, a SWOTOR in Unreal 5 would be huge.
They go crazy.
Like even as long as the gameplay was solid, like standard MMO gameplay, it doesn't have to be that's the other thing. They wouldn't have to advertise it as we're doing a groundbreaking new MMO. It would just be, this is the new era of Star Wars of like, we don't have a Star Wars MMO with insane graphics and we need one. Like,
the reason why I'm asking is because, like you said, there's so many versions of World of Warcraft. Star Wars The Old Republic is old. All these games are old. But right now, in the background, you have the developers who make League of Legends. Riot is making a full-fledged, big AAA MMO.
Didn't they delay that?
They went back on. So they said that they didn't want it to be a WoW with a Runeterra coat of paint. So like they wanted to like really innovate with it. That's like their whole goal. So they kind of reverted back a little bit, and they're like, okay, let's try to reinvent the wheel. I think they're really going to try to make something groundbreaking. That's their goal.
That's the other thing too. Is any new MMO that's going to come out will probably just have the same vibe and feel and all of that, unless they do the Riot thing and actually come out with some new way, some new groundbreaking technology, or like, I don't know. I could see, and it's scary to think of, but like I could see a way that you could use advanced AI to make NPCs in the world either feel like players or like make the world more populated and unique, so that each interaction would be unique with the player or something like that. I don't know. That's just like what comes to mind for me. The next step to making MMOs better is like, not super static quest paths that you have to go through in order to level. And I don't know, random world events, things of that nature, something that would make the world more immersive. That's just like off the dome for me.
My opinion is I think it would be just as big, if not bigger, because think about I'm going to call them kids. Think about all the kids that are coming and playing SWOTOR for the first time or World of Warcraft for the first time that are sick of their Fortnite, Call of Duties, and they're finding these games again. Like, and what is this? And they're sinking hours and hours into them. If they made a new MMO in WoW and updated graphics and like new technology in the game, it would be a hit. I think the world is in dire need of a new MMO. But with an IP that people can follow. Like Kymeri was saying about Star Wars, people are dying for Star Wars content. And the longer this goes that they cancel Star Wars games and delay games, it's only killing the IP.
And the ASIC collection too, the Battlefront.
Oh, don't.
Well, I know, but like that
was brutal.
Well, so you have that, and what about that Star Wars Hunters game? Like that was supposed to come out
all the time.
It was supposed to come out 2 years ago.
3.
That game is, that
2021.
game is. That game is never seeing the light of day.
It's got a soft launch in like the Pacific area, but
it's never going to see the light of day because it's terrible. If it was,
I would play it personally. But
well, right. But what I'm saying is if they've released it in the Asia Pacific thing as a beta, and it hasn't survived or it's not blown up, if it was a hit, it would already be here.
yeah, I don't know what happened in their delay cycle. They kept being like, "Oh, it's this year," and then it'd be like most of the year, and then we're like, we haven't heard from them yet. Like, what's going on? And then they'd come out like in November and be like, "Oh, it's next year, y'all." And so it says 2024 now is what it says. I've been looking into it because it was a game I was excited for a long time. I remember talking to you about it. I'm sure, Marcus. Because I was like, oh, it's like a Star Wars MOBA game. I think that'd be fun. Like, I like those games. I play League. I've played Pokemon Unite. Like, I like these kind of games. Like, they're enjoyable to me. Yeah. So, like, I would play it. And it's like multiplayer. I think that's the big thing is we're getting a lot of story games. And story is great. Don't get me wrong. Any lore building, any world building, characters, I love that. But there's, like, only so much that I want from that. I would like to have, like, let me go PvP or do something against other players or even a PvE element. I don't know, you know?
I enjoy, okay. I enjoyed what's, not Force Unleashed I loved, but what's Jedi, not Jedi, Fallen Order. Fallen Order. I enjoyed that game.
Sure.
I did not play the second one.
The second one was good. It just, I mean...
But it's just right. But like, I didn't play the second one. Sure. There's the new Star Wars game coming that is Outlaw. I'm not that interested in that game.
You're not jumping for it.
No, like it doesn't. I want a game. Like I'm sick of playing a game that I can sink my teeth into, but like then it ends. And I'm saying that as I'm absolutely in love with Elden Ring. But it's a different type of game.
Sure.
Like Star Wars doesn't end because you have, no matter what, in SWTOR, there's always something more to do. Yeah. The story never ends. It feels larger like Star Wars should.
Sure.
But I'm sorry for the sidebar, Atrax. I just had to ask about the...
No, it's okay. I mean, WoW is kind of the same way. With WoW, there is so much lore, and as a new, that's the other thing too. Is like with WoW, particularly as a new player, like a new player coming in is not gonna have a fun time playing WoW. That's kind of just how it is because it's confusing. There's like add-ons that you need to get that people don't even tell you about, and Blizzard has done nothing to fix it. There's all sorts of random pop-ups and stuff that happen on your screen. Your chat is flying, like your game chat is flying a million miles an hour. You ask for help and someone replies with something incredibly toxic.
Get good.
That's being kind. It's,
that was
it's
a little
usually
kind,
it's
PG
usually
version.
some sort of slur of some sort. Like it's
PG
rough
version.
out there.
Yeah, and that's where... And I would say if they made a server for new players, but it would be flooded with
bots and stuff.
Bots and like old players that are just... The point I'm trying to make is so many things are good about an MMO, but it's time for a new one.
Yep. Yeah.
And clearly there's a market for it. And I know they take a long time. That's why I hope for.
Well, and they cost a lot of money too. Like
whatever, everything does. What was that game what's that ass game that just came out? It was a AAA game. They spent like $100 million on it, and it got like a 2. Or how about that?
A majority of AAA games, their budget, I imagine they call it development costs, quote unquote. But I would wager 50% of their budget is marketing. Like, they spend so much money marketing those things.
Yeah.
It's kind of dumb. But yeah, I think it was Suicide Squad you were talking about. It just, it tanked really hard.
That's what I'm saying. But then you have...
You know what didn't tank hard was the first CS2 major that happened in Copenhagen, Denmark.
What a segue.
Amazing segue. Yes, thank you. Top tier major. The finals was kind of The the first map was close, the second map was a blowout, and then the third map was a blowout. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It was cool, but there were better games in the semi and quarterfinals.
It's usually the way it goes, buddy.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
You know, it's always the it's WrestleMania weekend this weekend, Saturday and Sunday night, and the big match is Sunday night main event, but the better match is going to be Saturday night because that's just always the way it goes. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, fair enough.
The finals are always so big because you're like, this is going to be epic. And then Team Kymeri is the underdog and they came out and destroyed in the semifinals, like a complete upset to the team that should have beat them, because the team that should have beat them was probably pompous asshole. And now you have Team Atrax, who is clearly going to destroy Team Kymeri because Team Kymeri has never made it past the opening rounds. You know what I mean? So for me now, what I'm saying is the finals are such a catch-22 that it's not often, even the Super Bowl. How often is the Super Bowl unbelievable?
I don't know. I don't watch.
I know you don't.
I mean,
anyways.
Yeah, I mean, this year's wasn't terrible.
Well, no, this year's wasn't terrible, but how many
right.
years has there been just destruction? You're like, oh, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I guess I wouldn't have mind the series being a blowout, but the fact that the maps weren't close, it was 13-9, 13-2, 13-3.
That's awful.
That's
Only one map was close.
Right.
They got in their head, and it's over.
Well, no, because it was a best of 3. So it's
no, I meant the best of 3 on the maps, or
so
is it?
no. So 13-9 was FaZe's map pick. They lost it to Navi 13-9.
Sure. Okay.
Then FaZe win 13-2 on Navi's map pick, and then they lose to Navi in the decider 13-3.
Oh, whoa.
So, that's what I mean by it was kind of, I just wanted the map 3 to be close. I get the first 2 maps,
sure.
swing back and forth, and then, but it was just, I don't know. That was kind of eh. But the rest of it was really, really good. One of my favorite journalists and personalities in the Counter-Strike scene, Richard Lewis, who has not been on the any broadcast or show for a really long time. He was there hosting. So that was top tier. He did a really good job. It was fun listening to some of his anecdotes and things like that. I believe one time he said one team shit the bed so badly Johnny Depp wanted to sue them. So
oh my God.
Great casting, great comments, all that fun stuff. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was fun to watch. Shout out to everyone who showed up to the streams for the semifinals. Like I mentioned earlier, I played some WoW, watched the Counter-Strike, gave commentary, talked with chat, all of that good stuff. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And now we've come to that time in Game of the Month news. Thank you to all of the Helldivers who sacrificed themselves last month in honor of spreading democracy to the automatons and the Terminids. But this month, we have moved on. We have moved to a turn-based strategy game called Moonbreaker. So, hearing you guys talk about PAX and Joey Feta all enjoying his tabletop games and Star Wars Unlimited, things of that nature, I thought that we would go with a game that's very similar. It's called Moonbreaker. It's actually designed to be a miniatures experience, but there's no microtransactions. So you're not buying miniatures, you're actually earning them by leveling up and stuff like that. You can also paint. You can remove the default paints and you can paint over the different areas, and they have the painting itself is super in depth. They have like different airbrushes, and you can use masks and all that stuff. Like it's actually really in depth. I tried to do some of it, and I have no clue how Joey Feta does it in real life or anybody paints miniatures, because it was really difficult even doing it in a video game. So yeah, but it's a lot of fun. It has a single player versus AI mode, a boss run mode, and multiplayer modes. So it's really fun. I believe, let me check here real quick. It is $30 US on Steam. And yeah, I just highly recommend. I know we have a lot of tabletop fans in the community. So for this game of the month, we'll be doing Moonbreaker. And I posted already like my first playthrough of Boss Run on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/A_Atrax. Or I guess it's at A_Atrax. So yeah, go check it out. I'll be making more videos. We'll play it probably on stream and stuff like that and talk about it. And yeah, Moonbreaker, there it is. Game of the month for April 2024. So Marcus, how's your week been, man?
So big shout out to Nick. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Nick.
You should be here. But
Toot toot.
yeah, toot toot. Oh, what is it? Happy birthday.
There you go.
No, see, that was the wrong one. It should be like, happy birthday, Nick. Your ass. Your ass.
Happy birthday, Nick.
That's the best. Anyway, so have you guys ever gotten to a point in a game where you want to play it all the time?
Yeah, I go through phases. I think it's phases.
I live my life every day that I'm not playing video games, wishing that I was playing video games.
Well, Atrax, you have a yeah, but you have a different level of gaming. I'm not using the word addiction because that's not the word. You have a different level of gaming love than anybody else I've ever met in my life. Like, you live your life to be able to play video games. You only go to work to pay for your car and to buy more video games.
True.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, you forgot the PC upgrades, but yeah.
But that comes with video games. I think that falls into that general category.
Yeah.
The point I'm trying to make is you have a love for video games that I've never met anybody in my life that feels that same way. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. For me, I had that love for SWTOR where, like, any waking second I was up during, like, I would want to play that game. Or, like, at night. When I got home from work, everybody goes to bed, blah, blah, blah. Even when I was young and Julia was a baby, it was like I was playing that game. But Elden Ring has finally bit that with me. And I haven't played a single-player RPG game since Mass Effect 3.
That's like 10 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Well, I've been playing SWTOR.
And Destiny.
Yeah.
And Destiny. Well, Destiny came at the right time because I do love Call of Duty. And it is a first-person shooter. It's action-paced. It has PvP, but it also has story. I think Destiny has lacked in, like, Destiny's become more of like a filler MMO where, like, you're no longer signing in to do the new thing. You're signing in to do dailies. And in SWTOR, just for the record, the only time I ever did dailies is if I was playing with somebody and they said they had to do their dailies at, like, Zerka, and I would go with them.
The fast one, Zerka, the fast run.
But I thought it was the dumbest shit ever. Like, there was no, like, I have zero need to do dailies. That's why, I loved earning gear in raids, because that's how I would level up my character, like, because I hated doing dailies.
Sure.
I feel like they're chores.
Sidebar,
yeah.
While we were talking about it, because I mentioned earlier with WoW how I hated the store. Destiny, second place for greediest MMO in my mind.
Oh, I think they're number one, dude.
You think
I
it's
can't comment at
number
all.
one?
Dude, they come out with these
WoW
unbelievable shaders, but they're locked behind a shader pack with a new vehicle and a new like transmat when you like come in and you like load in like new particles, and it's $20 fucking just to be, and you're basically paying $20 for a skin, like a color, like a color dye pack. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They
Yeah,
have learned to just, and like they've slowed down so much on the free shit that it sucks. And the game has become stale. Like the traditional MMO players think of it as just like meh, but the content cycle has slowed way down. And after the final shape comes out in June, I think it's going to be really hard for them to keep an active player base. Especially with them announcing that, like, no more real expansions. It's going to be like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's going to be seasonal. So instead of 4 seasons a year, they're going to do 3 seasons a year. And it's going to be like episodic. But it's basically stretch content. Like during your first episode, which is a third of a year, every section, I think it's every 6 weeks, they're going to have 100 light levels you have to do in the season pass in order to unlock all the stuff. So it's just going to become a grind fest. Sure. They're not reprising raids anymore. There's no even mentions if there's going to be any new raids done. So it reminds me of SWTOR after 4.0. You know? And they're putting their money into other games, Anthem, and they're fucking their baby that actually makes them money. To make
that was
something
4.0 when that happened?
Yeah, that's when they did Knights of the Fallen Empire.
Man, my timeline is all off.
That was 4.0, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, back to Elden Ring. So I never in my life thought I could play this game. I played it in March over a year ago, and it was really bad.
It was funny.
It was awful. Like, I couldn't even fathom the concept of it, and I think it's because I was playing the game like I was playing Jedi Fallen Order on easy. Like playing whack-a-mole, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh, God.
But now that I've played this game, and like it's after, I think I'm in 65 hours into the game, level 110, and I have finally gotten to a point where, like, I find a quest and I actually listen to what they're saying. And I've missed a lot of shit and I've messed up some quests, but that's okay. The point is I can't stop playing this game. And I'm enjoying it. Like, I'm playing it. I'll give an example. We got Easter observed off this week. This week. It was the weirdest holiday ever. But my little man had it off too because he goes to Catholic school.
Sure.
He was playing Minecraft on the TV, and I had my laptop, and I was playing fucking Elden Ring during the day.
Oh,
just for the record, you guys, I haven't played a video game during the day since Lightfall came out last year when I streamed it all day, all night to play the campaign. Anyway, a couple things I want to mention about Elden Ring. I'm in Caelid. And that's the other thing I like about Elden Ring is it's really good for my ADD. So, like, I can go to Caelid for a little while and then go, oh, let's find out what's over here. And, like, I can bounce around the map and, like, it completely fulfills me because, like, it's like, oh, squirrel, where? You know what I mean? Or, oh, balloons. Look at them. What were you guys saying? You know what I mean? So I'm loving that. Something else that happened in the game that I did not expect, and this is where I wish I was streaming more right now, because this moment would have been awesome on stream. I went into these things called the Everjail, where you like drop underground and like you can't summon anything. It's just you versus an enemy. Well, it ended up being Godric, the first main boss of the game. And
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. Oh my God. And I beat him first try, and it was awesome that I did. But the whole point of it was like I didn't know about this, and it was such a cool feeling. Like I already beat this boss, but now he's like a
mini boss.
He's like a mini boss, but he's like a hologram.
Yeah.
And like I don't know why he came back because there's no dialogue or anything, but I know there's lore that I need to find now to find that out. Shout out to Sweet Johnny Cage, former guest. His videos of like walkthroughs and stuff of areas, it's actually really good because that helps my ADD, because like I'll watch a video and he'll show you like a solid path to take through a land, and like I'll fast forward through like boss fights and stuff so I don't know, but like I like listening to his voice of telling you, hey, if you ride down the west bank of this thing, you'll be completely fulfilled for a few hours and you'll find cool shit. And then I shut it off because he's like, all right, here's the direction to go around this part of the game. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Last thing is in my April Fool's, Atrax's April Fool's joke about me becoming a pro hockey player.
Oh my God.
It was fucking hilarious. And Ryu called me and it's like, I know it's April Fool's, but you guys aren't being serious, right? And I was like, got him. So I got essentially, because these fucking hockey skates don't come with the blades for inside of them. You have to buy them separate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once you put the blades in it and everything, they were $800 skates. But because he couldn't get me the M4s, which was like a $500 skate, he sold them to me at a clearance price because they're going to be going on closeout in a few weeks because the new skates are coming out.
Yeah, it's the summer they come out, the new skate line.
Yeah, so I got the brand new Bauer M5 Pros for $240 with blades. Brand new.
Nice.
Fuck yes.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm still skating in skates from 2010.
Well, these skates are going to last me the rest of my life, dude.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is over. I'm not... I'm playing twice a week. Like, I'm going to be playing twice a week.
Did you have the game yet?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I need to hear about this right now.
So, we skate... So, Ryan's in training, so he's on full ice for it. And we go to this other place that's like blue. It's the length of there's two rinks. The length of the rink is blue line to blue line. That's like... It's a good, like, it's a small rink.
Smaller,
but it's a perfect, like, 3-on-3 tournament rink. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, 3-on-3.
So we rent that every Saturday. I'm on the ice every Saturday with a group of people, and we're playing. So then we went to play, and it was full ice. Bro. By the time I skated from one end to the other, I was gassed. Bro, I couldn't even walk the next day. I looked like I was 85 years old, like walking with a cane. Hi, guys. I can't walk. It was the best.
That's funny.
It was the best experience because, like, when I was a kid, we played on the pond and we played street hockey. My family couldn't afford to play hockey. So I'm almost living out, like, my childhood dream. Aww. But it was actually fucking hilarious. But I didn't feel as bad because I was like, I'm going to be the worst skater. There was definitely some people on that ice that were equal or a little less than me. But it was fun as fuck, and I got hit by a puck, and that wasn't fun. And
oh yeah, that's
you know
great.
what I realized?
Love that.
Tough as I am about a lot of things, getting hit with a hockey puck sucks. Or having somebody smash the back of your calf with their stick, that shit hurts.
Yep. Yeah,
like no joke.
Yeah, no, I've been through it all.
I know you have.
Yeah, so that's crazy to hear you. Dude, it's so funny because I was like, he's just a year late. Like, I could have, like, went and saw this. Like, it would have been so good. Like, I probably shouldn't skate with you guys, but, like, it would be funny to watch. Like,
well, Kymeri, did I tell you how all this happened?
Isn't it because the little man's skating, right?
Right. So the little man was skating. We brought him to learn to skate.
Right.
A really good friend of mine, he coaches hockey.
Sure.
And his son is essentially a year older than my son. So he was in learn to play. So the first day we did learn to skate, and he had the walker and he was going. By the end of that first day, the walker was gone.
That's
he was
awesome.
like, I'm not a baby. Right. So my wife says to me, isn't it pathetic that you're not skating with your son? I was like, what? She's like, look at all those dads skating with their son. I was like, are you like saying this to be a jerk? She goes, no, I'm just saying it's sad that you're not out there with your son. So hockey was over. We got home. I said, Ryan, put on your shoes. We're leaving. He goes, where are we going, Daddy? The hockey store. Carrie's like, what are you buying? I was like, oh, I'm going to get him a stick. I bought skates. I bought elbow pads, and I bought a helmet. I came home. She goes,
the essentials, baby.
The elbow pads was the best $40 I ever spent in my life. So anyway, she goes, what are you doing with that? And I'm like, I'm going skating. She goes, when? I said, I rented this ice for Saturday. She goes, what? And that's when that video of me falling on my ass.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, but that was that was 30 minutes into me skating, and I hadn't skated in 30 years.
Right.
But now I'm skating twice a month, and like I go with like my brother-in-law, he skates with his son, and like my buddy who I was telling you about, he goes with his kids. And like the leaps and bounds that I have come in like a short period of time, and my wife just goes, I am never going to criticize you like that again, because you've just spent hundreds of dollars, and now you're playing in in the fall. We're starting a team.
Oh wow!
And
damn, dude, if I was staying another year, I would have been like, yo, I'll drive that 45 minutes. Let's go,
dude. Can you imagine if we were playing on our team?
Oh god, what a disaster!
No way, it would have been awesome. So my buddy's a D1 goalie from college. He's going to be the goalie. Now he's 40, right? Like, but he was a D1 goalie.
Still skills, like
right, of course. So long story short is, he's going to goalie, and he goes, Marcus, it's okay, dude. Every team needs a cone. And I was like, what's a cone? He's like, the guy that can't skate great but loves it. He's like, that's going to be you. Your nickname will be the cone. That name will be on the back of your jersey.
Pylon.
Yes, the pylon.
Marcus, the cone, BA14, out on the ice.
Exactly. So, if you guys are on TikTok, go to TikTok and search Bandits Hockey Club. Okay? So the story of this Bandits Hockey Club is the owner of this company started a hockey team, and people at their job started videotaping it, and they commentate the games, and the videos are so funny. Like one of them's like the guy from this other team, the Vanguard, takes a slap shot at the goalie and he missed him by 9 feet. That's one way to keep your goalie warm, is you miss him completely. It's it's pure comedy.
Dude, I
think I got it. Oh, go ahead.
I just checked it, and the first one I hear is, and it's spooky kooky with an almost shot.
I got
almost a slash.
I gotta work with Marcus on some chirps, some little bit of trash talk. I'm pretty good on my feet. You can ask Rooney. Like the things that I come out with, I never get to show it because hockey's my place where I'm like, all right, I'll talk a little smack sometimes.
Oh, dude, and that's the problem, is I talk the smack, but if somebody comes over and just does this to me,
you're falling over.
I'm falling over. But my buddies are like, well, Marcus, the funny thing is when you're walking out on the ice, people are going to be intimidated as fuck as you, because you're a monster.
Yeah, right.
I'm a tall, giant human being.
Dude, they're going to
accidental.
No, you first.
An accidental skate in, dude. You're pot, dude. That guy's going flying, dude. He's probably hitting the boards,
bro. So I took out my son this week. He turned into me, and I had the puck, and he was right there, dude. Smushed him. He was crying, Daddy. go to the penalty box.
Go to the sin bin, dude.
Yeah, the sin
That's
bin.
funny.
Anyways,
I love
I don't need to take a break. Do you guys?
Nope.
No, we're good. Let's go. We're not, Nick. Happy birthday, Nick. No break.
Here's your break, Nick.
Happy birthday, Nick. No break. Anyway, so we're going to get into Kymeri because he's had some changes in content creation.
Whoa.
He's making a huge life change. He's an all-around great dude. So let's get this conversation started with a hard one. Why did you decide to move to the West Coast versus have Rooney move out here to the East Coast?
So I actually wrote back to Doritos in the Discord about this because I was just curious, and so the main reason is mostly it's easier for me to move. Like, I have a lot less stuff, I would say. She also has a house, right? So that's another plus. And it's also cheaper for us. So not only that is like, sure, like this whole, moving process is kind of a lot, right? But I'll be saving so much more a month, every single month, and being able to pay off some debt that I have and just certain things that I need to take care of. And it'll give me some financial stability, and it'll get us started on our journey of being together physically for full time,
Right. So
it just made more logical sense, right? Like, at that point, she had the situation, and then I just needed to work it out with my job, and they were like, yeah, it's cool. And I was like, all right, let's go. Like, it's happening, so...
Well, it also makes it real easy if your job is like, okay, you just work from home over there.
That's what it was, yeah.
But you know what's rad about that is you're going to be working on East Coast time. So, you're going to be getting up at the ass crack of dawn, but you're also going to be out at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, able to do whatever.
Right, and that's cool. But to be honest, I'm already on that schedule on the West Coast because we'll go to sleep at the same time now. So it's still kind of the same, but I understand. Yeah, maybe I don't have to do that, or maybe I can stay up a little bit later with that. And I have to be up at 5, so it's whatever. It's not a big deal to me. It's the same thing, honestly. It's not that long that I'm going in between not working, so I feel like it's going to be okay.
Right. And just to comment, Doritos said in chat, in the working class question section, he said, so Rooney won. Fascinating. And I agree with you, Doritos. She definitely won. That is...
I also won as well. I would like to point that out. Okay? All right? I'm so happy.
Wait, so my question, so how far will you guys be from each other?
20 minutes. Without traffic.
Yeah,
so
you guys, if traffic sucks, it's 45.
All right,
yeah.
so what
Actually,
that says to me is that's
half
a
an hour.
monthly pizza shop meetup.
Dude, that's go to the arcade and game it up.
The first live stream I ever did with you guys, it was you, Rooney, Zebra, and
That was it.
and it was just
us.
Yeah, just us 3 or 4. Sorry, excuse me. I was
That is
did we
amazing.
forget
That was good times. Yeah, and the DDR machine was unplugged. It wasn't activated.
It just wasn't
I'm
even
so
on.
sad.
Couldn't show me your moves.
I know, man.
Oh, I've seen them.
I'm sure he's crazy.
Dude,
Bro.
I was so gassed. I was so gassed. That was embarrassing at PAX.
Well, did you guys see did Nick send you guys the video of me doing Just Dance this year at PAX East? He did?
I did see that.
You saw it, Kymeri?
I think so. I might have skipped over it, but I think I saw it.
Oh, no, it wouldn't be on Snapchat.
Oh, no, then no, he didn't do it.
Oh,
he
you
sent
got to
it to me
text him.
on Snapchat.
Oh, he did? Because you got to text him and ask
What a
him for
bum. I'll ask him for it.
Yeah, you got to ask him for the 4K vid of it. Me doing
no.
fucking Just Dance in front of a bunch of people. And then getting a 5-star perfect.
So I will say the she won comment there. It was a mutual decision, honestly.
Bro.
It was something that no, it really was though. It really was. It worked well for both of us.
Bro,
Because,
that is the power of the woman.
Hold on. Why would we listen? Logically, why would we have her come out here? It would be a way more expensive situation. I wouldn't be able to save. I'm already spending 1.2K here alone. Well, with my roommates, but it's still we have a good situation there, and it would have been silly for me not to do that when maybe that's not even our end goal, right? Like our end goal isn't forever there. It's let's work on stuff. Let's see how it, that whole thing goes, and all like the actually being together part, save up, do our stuff with our financials, and it's going to be a lot better, way better off. So it was just a logical decision. It wasn't even mostly just like it's easier for me to move. I have like less things. Like I'm not bringing everything like I own. Like,
you guys know what this all sounds like?
Oh, here we go.
It's just an easy way to say she won. Like, it's okay to say that. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's okay, dude. It's okay to say
but...
she. Yeah, but it's okay to say she won.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, she won. She got me, bro. What do you want? Like, what do you mean?
All right, let's get into content creation. Ready?
Sure.
How's streaming been going?
It's been good. I mean, like I said earlier, we kind of alluded to it. Sorry, there's a piece of tape. I was alluding to how there's a piece of tape.
Wait, is that for your removable balls for Rooney's purse when you get there?
It was this hockey. It's this hockey blanket. You can't see it because it's like backwards, but yeah.
Oh, sure.
So been doing Pokemon lately. Just been doing like other variety too. Whatever I was feeling like, the long stream, we played some League and stuff, and I've talked about, wanting other Star Wars games to come out. Like, I'm definitely going to get on the Outlaws hype. Like, I'm going to play it, like, on launch day and, like, that week and stuff like that. Do that, because I made that mistake with Survivor that I didn't play it. Like, I played it the first day, then I was gone, and then I came back, and I was like, okay, like, it wasn't feeling, like, as hype, if that makes sense. Like, I was, like, kind of feeling, like, weird about it. Like playing it. But yeah, no, it's been mostly just doing Pokemon right now. And that's been so fun. Just building the community of people that enjoy that. And we still talk a lot about Star Wars and just other topics as well. So it's been really nice to be able to talk more too. Like, I feel like I can connect more, and it's been really, really positive for me overall, I think.
Well, I think the Pokemon community is a way more positive community than an MMO community.
Sure.
Yep.
And just for the record, there is no release date for Outlaws yet.
Oh my God, that's crazy. I thought it was this year.
It says 2024.
They canceled the Star Wars FPS, the unnamed FPS.
Oh yeah, from Respawn, right?
Respawn.
That's what I'm saying. Why are they canceling all of these Star Wars games?
Supposedly, it's because EA laid off 700 people. But I mean,
how would that? Yeah.
Can I give my new favorite message to EA real quick?
Sure.
EA, skate better. Move on.
EA Sports. It's in the wallet.
I don't say suck less anymore. It's always skate better.
Oh
skate
my God.
Better.
That sounds like you've been listening to hockey philosophy over here.
No. That's Nick telling me to skate better, and it just stuck.
Good job, Nick.
Yeah, good job.
Way to go, Nick.
All right, so I guess my question is, so moving forward, you're settled on the West Coast. You're settled in. You have your office set up. Just for the record, I hope you do a recording of you setting up the new office again. Because, like, I'm just saying, with that video was pretty dope.
Dude, okay, you could do a breakdown. Like, you could record yourself breaking down that one.
It's too chaotic right now, though.
So what? That's the point, dude.
You just need your phone.
Right. Like, just record the 4 minutes of you or 15 minutes of you recording it, upload it to Google Cloud. And the reason why, Kai, it is a good idea. The breakdown, the travel, and then the...
Well, the travel isn't going to be anything. Like, I just take a picture of the plane, like, flying. Like, there we go, because, like, I'm not...
Yeah, dude. Video out the window of it going...
It's a shame that you don't
video
know
of you coming down.
Video is very good.
Oh, true. No, it's just, like, I don't know if I, like... Because, like, I'm on, a timetable this weekend, especially breaking this stuff down. Like, I have to get this packed up Saturday night after stream. My parents are coming first thing in the morning on Sunday. Like, it's really like go, but maybe I'll build the setup. I don't know yet. The problem with that is we're building it in pieces. Like, I don't have all my stuff probably right when I get there. We're going to buy the desk, and then we got to go do that, and we got to organize it. There's a lot to it. This one's going to be way different than just the desk setup, because I remember I had the camera right here where I'm like pointing, and I was like just over here going like this, and like over here, and like that was it. I mean, that was it. But who knows? Maybe I'll figure something out. I also have a crappy phone, so that does suck too. But
will you
I'm gonna
have
get a new phone?
Will you have your own like office in the new place?
Yep.
Like a whole room that's dedicated to you and your shit.
Yep.
That's really nice.
And that's exciting for me. That right there is super cool. And yeah, it's so exciting to have that. It's going to be cool. I can't wait to see what we do with it. Like it's going to be nice. We've already started talking about it a little bit, you know. Obviously it's kind of hard when like we're not there, like moving stuff around and whatever, but it's gonna be cool, and I'm excited for it. I don't have an official day I'm coming back yet, just because like it's all dependent on like when I get the stuff done, like when it gets in, like when, because it's being shipped before I'm going, right? Like, so it's Monday, it's actually getting picked up, and it's supposed to be guaranteed to be there by the 22nd. So I have that whole week off. That's the week after I'm there. So that Monday, I think it's a Monday, the 22nd. So it's supposed to be there, so I'm hopeful that, you know, then we can start like just moving stuff around, and obviously we'll have like the base idea ready and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to it though, man. Like that is what is super exciting to me, is not having my setup in my bedroom. Yeah. That's been my whole time. I know Atrax, I'm sure like you've done this too, right? Like even here, like in my apartment, this is just where all my stuff is, in a smaller room. And I'm not saying that the office is like huge, but it's like gonna be just my stuff, and that is better than the bed that takes up 95% of the room, and the dresser and the TV, and you know, stuff like that, you know. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome, man. Dude, you guys are gonna definitely see it, so I'm excited.
Well, I will agree. So like my office is very small. It's 7 feet by 7 feet. It's basically a walk-in closet. But I built the room because I said I don't need something big. I need my own space. I have it all with my shit all over the walls. This is home for me, right? And once you have your own space and you like put up that one picture that means so much to you, and you're like, I'm home, kind of a thing.
Oh, that's
kind of like how Han feels when he walks into the Falcon. You know what I mean?
True. Chewie, we're home.
Yeah, it's good.
That was pretty good. Just
got
off
that for free.
I wonder. Do you think PC Cool Kai will make it to the West Coast?
Wait and find out. Dude, the first Chaos stream that I have is just gonna be, it's gonna be weird. Like, it's gonna be different, right? Like, because I mean, there's rules and restrictions, but there's not apartment rules and restrictions, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a lot different, you know. Like, it's like that, like, because if you guys remember, like the OG, like the freaking boat horn. I had the boat horn. I'm just over here like boom, boom, like, and I'm just like screaming.
I remember, dude.
Like, that was, of course, my parents are just amazing for dealing with that. But like, you know, it's just like, I mean, I won't go like, you know, it'll be crazy, and it'll be fun. I'm not gonna go, you know, insane. But hey, maybe I'll get pied in the face one of these days. I don't know. We'll see. Like, boom, right in the face. I don't know. I haven't done that yet, but I can't do it here because like. One, it's carpet. F carpet, first off. I hate...
Yep.
In my room, I cannot believe... I'm so mad that it's been carpet. It's so annoying to deal with. And that, it's not. So I'm like, because imagine you pie yourself in the face. One, the space is very small. Like, dude, I'm up against the wall right here, and the computer, like, the monitors are, like, right here. It's a very small space.
Sure.
In this corner. So like getting pied in the face and then like having to clean up probably like my chair, the rug, the wall, like it's computer. Not really ideal. Yeah, it's not really ideal for that. Like, that's why I'm excited to be more like outward facing and not against a wall per se, just because I can stand up and then be like, all right, boom, or like something. I don't know.
Dude, do you remember Rayu's 316 stream?
Dude,
where he was
Ryu's
straight up in his
316
kitchen smashing beers together.
Bro,
and
there was
dumping
beer
them
all
on
over the
his
walls,
face.
bro. Dude, that was a
All
time.
over the
he
floor.
was
Those were good
singing.
times.
Oh my gosh, that guy was wild. I love that
was
man.
crazy. Shout out to Ryu.
That
Dude,
was so funny, dude.
Remember when he shaved his head on stream?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Just oh,
Those were the days.
that was crazy. What a time.
Yeah, that is good. All right. What are some goals for your Pokemon moving forward?
Actually, it's something that I post a lot of my goals for the year on socials usually. So one thing I want to do, and I was actually already reached out for, was because of doing Pokemon, I was being reached out to do like charity stuff, and I want to do a charity stream for myself or for the community, like because I've never done one on my own, right? Like I've only done them from like squad events of like when Chronic had the stream team and stuff. Like that was that's what I mean. Like we had those events, and that was the only time I ever really did one, because I don't know why. Like I just never. I don't know why. Like maybe it's because I limit my streams. Like I'm only 3 hours, 3 days. Like it's harder for me to like set up a stream like that where I was like, oh, we're going 8 hours for a charity stream or whatever. Like it's not easy when you work full time. And like,
I agree with you.
It's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, at that point, it's like I have to, like, that's why the long flexible stream, right? Like I was like, okay, guys, it's going to be 8 to 12 hours maximum, right? Like that's the gap. And it was like 9 hours, and it was fine. I felt pretty good. I was a little tired, and then I was fine. And I was like, this was good for me. I was okay with the 9 hours. Like that was fine. Like as long as I don't commit to like, oh, it's going to be 12 hours, like straight out the gate. Like I don't feel as bad, but I think that was the big thing for me. Like here was one, the space was not great for longer sessions, in my opinion. Like I did the 24 here. You guys remember that, like the partner, like it was, I knew about the partner thing the night before. I don't think I've ever said that live, but like it was, I talked about it the other day, but I knew the night before. I was picking up Rooney at the airport, and I knew, and I was like, holy mackerel, we're doing the 24-hour stream tomorrow. I'm like, I'm going to go through it 12 hours and not say a word. Did it. And then all of a sudden I just let it go. And it was like chaos. But like we did that 24-hour stream here. Rooney was here physically, which was like, it made it so hard because my space is very tiny. It's not the, like, it was very, if I do that again, right, like a longer stream, it's like I'm in the comfort of a space that is mine, like you said, Marcus, right? And then like I can go into the bed after and just lay down in a different space and read a book, or get my eyes off of the screen in the area, because when I get off the stream, I walk over to that bed right there, like, which is like a foot away from me, and I'm like, good night, and like, and I see this all, and then you can separate yourself from the content in gaming too. That is helpful. It is helpful to give your eyes that break a bit,
Yes.
Absolutely.
And that's one thing too. We're talking about like a reading time. Like we love reading, and I've been big on reading Star Wars books. That's usually what I read, or if it's a good hockey book or something, like it has to be something I'm grasped in, right? Like I can't just read like, I don't know. I can't just read like, I don't know, some random like thing. I don't know. I have to be interested in it. So if we spend some time reading at night, like that's great, too. That's awesome, because reading is good too. Get your eyes off the screens.
I've been reading a lot. I've only read Star Wars books, and I actually have read a couple Warhammer books, which were good. And I'm just about halfway to 3/4 of the way done with the final book of the Hunger Games trilogy.
Oh, those are good.
And those books are, dude, they're fantastic. So, anyway. All right. You ready, Kymeri?
Yeah, hit me.
It's time.
Questions.
Working class questions.
It's working class questions. Sovi asks, if you are still into Pokemon, obviously you are, what platform or game version currently available do you recommend for someone to try playing again? I'm assuming like old Pokemon fan coming back in.
Sure. For sure, I'd say this is going to be the most boring answer, but it's going to be the Switch. I mean, they gave us a Gen 1 game, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. That's a Gen 1 game. It has the Pokemon Go mechanics. If you ever played that, that's the only thing that's really kind of meh about it, is like, if you don't love that, it's not really great. But with Sword and Shield and then Scarlet and Violet after it, the two main series line games, they brought a lot of like really like old features back, but then they also innovated in its own way and was like, okay, like we're gonna make old players want to play these games. They gave like forms to like, Sword and Shield specifically was like, oh, the Pokemon can get huge, like they're Gigantamax or Dynamax, and your favorites got them, right? Like Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise, they all got Gigantiforms, which was like crazy. Pikachu got it, like that. Eevee, they all got them, like, and they made it so it would grab you on your nostalgia, right? And then I think with the newest inclusions of Scarlet and Violet, sure, they had crappy bugs and there's like some stuff about it, of course, that I don't even love. But I mean, it was like, I think it was one of the best stories because you had the 3 storylines and I thought they were really well written, which is something that, a lot of people have been kind of going after, is like, oh, the stories are kind of like, I mean, but I think it's also the easiest to access with the Switch as well, just because getting like a 3DS and like all the old stuff, like the prices are going up like crazy. I'm fortunate to own a lot of the stuff from like my childhood, because it's like insane to see like the resale value of like, let's say Pokemon Emerald or like, stuff like that. It's like crazy to see.
Where would you put Pokemon Arceus?
Legends Arceus?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It was a game that I didn't play a ton because I was on a Poke hiatus, really, because this was during
Poke hiatus. You heard it here first.
Well, it was because of COVID, right? Like, so, I mean, I was a competitor, and I was going to tournaments all the time and doing well. I was doing really well that year, and then COVID struck, and I was like, damn, I lost everything. I lost hockey. I lost that. So that's why I actually, started this all, was like, COVID, really. And it just kind of kept going from there. I didn't think it would be 4 years later, and here we are. But, it's cool that it's been super fun and so many amazing people that I've met through it. But yeah, I liked it. When I got to replay it, it was really good.
The Switch 2's coming.
Yep,
it's on its way. About time.
It's coming. I'm excited for that too. I'm just, it's time. It's definitely time. And we'll see what they do with it. Like, I'm hoping it's not as, I hope it's good, but with Nintendo, I know they're always like trail behind Sony and Microsoft a bit. Like when the Wii came out, the original Wii. So when the Xbox 360, Wii, and PS3 came out, though the Xbox 360 and PS3 had HDMI and the Wii U did not. That's what I mean. Like, they're always a little bit behind, Yeah. And it kind of shows, right? Like, the Switch is definitely something different. It's like a docked console. It's different. It does have you could get the Ethernet stuff with it. It's cool, but like, it was limited because it came out in like 2017 or 16 or whatever. So like, it's been 8 years. Like, it's been a long time. So it's definitely due for like. Well,
yeah, dude. It has the Android graphics or processors from 2007 in it.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't even know that part.
Yeah,
I never looked into it.
I will say, though, the thing that Nintendo always has is, they're incredibly family-friendly. Like, if you have a family, you want a Nintendo console.
Sure.
And then, at least if you're a gamer family. And then the other thing, too, is that they're, like with the Wii, right?
Yeah.
The Wii may not have had the best graphics, but compared to PlayStation and Xbox, the motion control was insane. Like, it was so good. Wii bowling, like, everybody played Wii bowling,
Sure.
So that's the thing, is like, you kind of trade graphics for this other, I guess I'd say, like, novelty, family friendliness. It's kind of like iPhones, where it's like, it's a social thing, but the actual hardware isn't as good.
So, okay, so I can actually I can see where you were going with it with the Apple phone. So I do agree with you. that like your Android, your Samsung Galaxy, whatever the newest one is, versus the newest Apple phone is definitely dated. But the difference in the Apple and the Nintendo versus everything else is it's almost like bulletproof. They don't break because they're older technology and they've perfected how to produce the processing power in it. And so I do understand what you're saying, Atrax, on how, you know, it might be older technology, but they've perfected that older technology to get it to run the best it possibly can.
And it's user friendly. It appeals to like a wide variety of people.
Right. But what I will say is that the next gen of it needs to step it up because you have systems like the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and the PC where the games look incredible.
Well, and now you're getting things like Steam Deck and the PlayStation Portal.
Right.
And Oculus, which to me is like, it's insane what you can do with an Oculus now.
Sure.
So, yeah, Switch has definitely got to step it up.
Yep.
What were we going to say, Kymeri? Your finger was up.
Oh, I was going to say, though, with the Switch specifically, they know how to push the limits, too, of their consoles. They do this all the time. When the 3DS came out, they pushed, like, I know, like, the last Pokemon game specifically, were, like, pushing as hard as they could. And there was times where it was, like, lagging. Like, I competed during those times, too. And, like, we'd be there, and, like, the weather effects would come up, and, like, the screen was going like this. You were, like, see it, like, going, like, and then, like, like, it was, like, crazy because they were pushing the limits of, like, and some of the animations in that game are, like, insane. You see, like, if you Google Photon Geyser, like, that thing is, like, it's a move, and it's, like, that was made on that console. Like, what? Like, and they're pushing that, and they do it with the Switch too, right? Like, they have pushed the Switch to the limit.
Yes.
And now it's like, okay, they need to go away, and they need to upgrade that. But the problem is they also want to keep it portable. But how can you have amazing? It's like having amazing graphics like on the, you know, docked version, and then also be looking amazing in that smaller screen too. You got
2 words.
Like, I don't know how that all works. So
Stream Deck.
I know it looks good. I know. Yeah.
But the other thing but the Steam Deck is also huge. That is, the Steam Deck is not little kid friendly.
It's big, right? It's
right.
Like big.
Even if you look at, like, what are the small Switches called? The
Light, the
Switch Lite. Dude, those things are like paperweight. They're as heavy as your phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like what Atrax was saying earlier, anybody can pick it up and use it.
True. Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Agree.
Wargus asks, what East Coast exclusive snacks are you stocking up on to take west? Let me clarify. Not talking about the road trip snacks. I'm talking about brands of food that you cannot get out west easily, such as Middlesworth barbecue chips. I don't have those.
There's only one choice for me.
Oh, it better begin with an F and end in an F.
Nope.
Oh, what is it?
Cape Cod chips, baby. I love those. We can get them over there, but there's only like certain places that carry it, right? Like, we know the places that have them, but that's the one thing, if I was like stocking up on stuff where I'm like, dude, I love those. They're like my favorite chip. If I have any chips in the house, that's what I'm having because I love them. It's a classic to me. Growing up in this area, like, I know.
Yes.
Like, it's like, I'm sorry.
Dude,
like,
now I know how to catch a wild Kymeri. I'm just going to order
the Cape Cod chips
in
dude,
bulk.
they're so good.
Just like, yo, check it out. I got a
the
box
nice
of
part-
Cape Cod chips.
Well, the nice part, too, is in the world we live in now with Amazon, you can just order a bag of fucking Cape Cod chips. You know what I mean? And that's what's pretty cool. Like, if it was 10 years ago, you would be like,
you can't,
I can't get them. So my sister lives in Kansas City, and they like hot dogs. They only sell 2 brands, and they're shit.
What the heck?
So anytime I drive out there, she always says, please bring me a case of hot dogs. Because, like, she'll throw them in the freezer, and they stay good forever. I mean, they're a fucking hot dog.
Yeah. No, the other thing, too, would be, like, I found them recently when I started grocery shopping at this certain place, but they're not even East Coast snacks. They're imported already. So does that count?
Nah.
If they were
Cape
already
Cod
imported,
chips?
No, there's something else.
Other stuff. But if it's already imported, I don't think that really...
No.
But that was the only place I could ever buy them, which was like something that I would be like, oh man, I don't know if they have that over there, you know?
Well, like, how about like a Treehouse beer? Like, you can't buy a tree.
Yeah.
You can't get a Treehouse beer there because it's a brewery from here.
True.
And they don't ship across the country. Like, it'll be like, you won't notice it for a little while, but it'll be one day. I can't wait for it. You'll be there. It'll be like months in. And you'll text me and go, bro, I can't get X. And I'm like, what do you mean? Because I'm thinking about it. You're like, bro, they don't have this on the West Coast. And I'm going to say, oh, my God, that's terrible. And I'll be like, yo, you want me to pick it up and ship it? And you're going to be like, yes, right away.
We'll see what happens. We'll see when that happens. I don't know.
It's going to happen. You know it's going to happen.
Like, I'm trying to think of stuff that I, like, I don't know. Like, because I'm
like
very boring.
Or something.
Yeah, it would be food. Yeah.
Well, that's the one thing about the West Coast. The pizza don't compare to here.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple good places, but like, yeah, right. Like, I grew up in a town like that's literally all we got is pizza places. Come on now. That's how it is in New England. Like,
yeah,
you go to a small town, you just have pizza places everywhere. Outside the city, at least, if you're not in like a city like where I am now, right? Like where I grew up, it's pizza. It's pizza places, McDonald's, like, you know, just random stuff like that. But yeah.
Sovi asks, are you using a service to move or are you driving everything a la road trip?
So I'm using a moving service. So I was saying that earlier a bit. It's like a pod. It's not the official pod company. It's a different one. But it's good. We looked at all the options and we were extensively looking and getting quotes. And, so yeah, I am packing my stuff up. That's mainly why my last stream is Saturday, because I have to pack up. My stuff's getting picked up on Monday, so my family's coming up here Sunday to help me get like the TV, which is like the only big stuff I got is the TV and the entertainment center on that. My desk is being thrown out here, so I don't worry about that. And then just all the totes and boxes and stuff, and so it's not really bad. And
what about your car?
It's also being shipped too.
How much was the car to ship?
I shouldn't say this.
Why not?
It's like $1,000.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
How?
Yeah.
So my mom shipped her car from Kansas City home, and it was $1,800.
Yeah, I don't know the exact number. I know my mom's been helping out a lot too. She's been helping me like figure all this stuff out too.
Has she been all tears?
What's that?
Mama Miri?
Sad that you're leaving.
Oh, no. That's the one thing. Like, my parents are so supportive of this. Like, it's one of those things. Like, I'm gonna miss them a lot. Like, I'm literally so close to them. Even here, like, I can go. I would go. You know, when I played hockey on Friday night, like, that was at my home rink. Like, or like I go see them. I see the dogs, and like that's not gonna be a thing. Like, that's not gonna happen. So, definitely FaceTime is a big one for sure. Is like what's gonna happen. But my parents are big travelers. I'm actually going to see them relatively soon after I move. Not soon after, but within the year, because they have a trip planned where they're going to be going into Seattle. So I'll be seeing them, which is cool. And then we got holidays, and they're just excited to travel and see new things. And they're very adventurous. And that's kind of, you know, why I like traveling so much too.
For sure. Shout out to Mama Miri.
Yeah, I've been on a plane since I was like 2 years old. Like they took me on a plane. I was so young, and I remember I always know the story about like apparently I sang a song like riding on an airplane or something, and like watching the clouds go by, and like I got the little like wings pin for it when I was a kid. My mom loves telling that story, so I'll just tell it for her.
And dude, there's definitely going to be some tears, dude, when you get on that plane.
For sure, dude. Yep. Yeah, no, it's gonna be. I don't know. I like honestly like maybe it will. I haven't felt that. Like,
oh, dude, when you're saying goodbye to your parents, like, yeah, you're gonna see them, but dude, you're talking about like. They're like, oh yeah, they're gonna come out this year, bro. Like, how old are you?
Yeah,
like, how many? Like, if you see your parents once a year, let's say you die at fucking 80. So what? You're gonna see your parents fucking
Well, we
50
gotta
more
travel
times.
too. Like we got plans and stuff to come
Oh
back.
no, for
and-
sure. I'm just saying
I
that's
get
a
what you
big
mean.
deal.
Yeah, no, it's a big deal. It hasn't hit me like that yet. Like I've been in that mode where I'm like looking at the date and I'm like, oh man, 10 more days in the apartment, and then I'm 3 days at my parents, and then I'm gone. Like it's exciting, but there is also that aspect of it where it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to see my parents. But to be fair, it's just my parents really. Like obviously my friends matter too, the people that are close to me, but. It's okay. Like, a lot of us are online already. Like, Marcus, dude, I didn't even know you lived near me, like, in the area. Like, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. Like, a lot of us are online. That's okay. A lot of my friend groups are online. And it's just, like, a few groups. And it's not really crazy. So it's not as bad, And I'm just really super close with my parents. So it's kind of one of those things that it's like, oh.
And hey, you know what? You never know. They might end up selling their house in CT and moving to fucking Washington.
That's not there, but they want to go out west. So, hey, that's the retirement plan, like, stuff like that. Oh God, I'm like spoiling for that, but like, no, it's something they've talked about with me, right? Like they've honestly told me, and we're like, hey, like, it wouldn't be as far, and it'd be kind of cool, and they like to travel, and that's what they want to do. They don't always want to live in CT for sure. Like I know my mom doesn't, so which is cool. Like because now like they don't need to wait. Like they don't have me there. Like what, it's okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Doritos wants to know. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Doritos wants to know, are you planning on playing Pokemon Go during the journey?
Well, the fact that I'm flying and I can't, I can play at the airport, but my phone is garbage. This is an iPhone XR, so this is old.
Yeah.
It's old. So, some order of business is to get a new phone because I'll be able to afford one, basically, and that's going to be exciting for me. I haven't had a new phone in 6 years, so pretty cool.
You want an iPhone
Nice.
12? Come get it.
Come get it. Come get it.
Not kidding.
Oh, nah, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet with the plan and stuff because I have my own plan privately, just me, and like I'm not on my parents' plan or anything. I haven't been since I was like 17 or 18. I've been on my own plan forever.
Hey, but now Kymeri's wifing up. He's got to get a family plan.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Am I like, are we getting a plan? What are we doing? There's
What's
stuff
the
to
plan
talk about.
here?
Yeah.
What's the plan? Yeah. Hey, will there be a baby Miri?
No.
Yeah.
No, stop. No.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna
Not
be
for a while,
all by
bro.
themselves for the
Stop
first
it.
year. All of a sudden, we're gonna hear the announcement: a baby pineapple is being grown.
Oh God! Why do I hate you so much, dude?
Coming this year to Kymeri Farms.
Kymeri Farms
Baby
is a
pineapple.
baby pineapple.
I hate you.
Dude, it's all out of love, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm
All
just
right.
kidding.
Doritos asks, "What's the best road trip snacks?"
So I'm gonna change this as a flight snack.
Okay.
I pack like jerky. Easily an amazing choice.
Jerky's
Jerky
good.
or like some kind of meat thing,
Yeah,
sausage, whatever.
probably like a big, like round, dark meat stick. You eat it in one bite the long way.
The Slim Jim, yeah. So I love that personally. I don't really eat a lot when I'm flying. I eat sometimes if I'm super hungry. Like I'll have the snacks that they bring, like to you. But
Yeah.
like sometimes I get like really like bloated, like on the plane. Like if I eat too much, that's why I never have like soda anymore on the plane. I always get water. Because like when I was drinking soda, the carbonation would sit like the whole time, and I'd feel awful.
Oh,
I'd be
that's
like,
I
I'm
can
dying.
see that.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm dying, dude. Like I'm like in the seat. I'm popping the buckle off, and I'm like, please, like someone's like free me. So like the water is better, but other than that, it's usually just like light stuff. If I have like some small cookies or something, like this is something like crazy, like nothing crazy. Candy maybe.
I do have to throw this though, because Doritos does say best road trip snacks. If you're going on a road trip, what are you taking?
Okay. Oh, okay. So we'll go there again. Jerky, water. Let's go with like some I actually like protein bars. Like once in a while, like a protein bar or a protein cookie, like amazing.
Bro, what are those things called? The soft ones, the soft Cliff bars, dude, are
Oh yeah,
legendary.
the
Oh,
nut
yeah.
butter bars are insane. If that's the ones you're talking about, the nut.
Yep.
They're
mine's like macadamia nut one. It's a Cliff Bar, dude. So good, dude.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love Cliff Bars personally.
Just like Cliff Bars.
Cliff Bars were like the savior for any of like the tournaments I go to or anything. Dude, it's so good.
Bro, that's so funny you say that because that's what I buy a case of them for packs.
Yeah,
and I
they're
throw
so
like
good.
4 or 5 in my backpack because it's like, if
so
I'm just
good.
like, because buying like Expo Hall food is like $9 for something.
No way.
You chow one of those, you feel great.
I'm like that and water, and I'm all set, dude. I'm good.
Yep.
Other than that, I'd probably bring the chips. I'd probably bring the chips along for a road trip. Maybe if I'm feeling extra spicy, we go with a little bit of like hot chips or something, like Takis or something like that. But
all right.
Are you gonna see any of the world's biggest?
Are we not going to answer this, Marcus? It's working class questions. Best road trip snack?
Oh yeah, I can answer that. Coffee.
Oh, coffee, yeah, caffeine too.
Coffee, and like I would say my go-to food is a Cliff Bar.
Yeah, they're so good.
All right.
Because it's not, you know what it is it's not messy. Like I love like straight up granola bars, but they're hard and they make crumbs everywhere.
Yep.
Like you could grab a Cliff Bar.
The Nature Valley bars. My God.
Yeah, dude. But like you could basically ball up one of those things and just like eat it like a fucking apple if you wanted to. You know what I mean? Like there's no mess.
Easy to eat.
Easy to eat.
And they're not. You're like kind of like you fill up, but you're not like feeling sick full. You know what I mean? Like it's like just enough where it's like okay.
Yeah.
What about you, A Trizzle?
So if this is an all day road trip, we're talking like 12 hours max or 12 hours plus. Excuse me. Then I'm bringing like a cooler with pepperoni slices and string cheese. And just whatever beverages, soda or energy drinks. Coffee is really good too, iced and warm, depending on where you're driving. But one of the other things that I actually really like to bring along is pizza. Because like you can eat cold pizza in the car. It's not very messy. And it's just, I don't know, it's just good. Like you can bring a whole pizza just in like a gallon bag, throw it in the cooler. It's cool all day. You just grab a slice out, chow it down with some water or whatever. You can drive all day.
Yeah, that's wild.
I don't know. But that's for long road trips. If it's a short one, I won't bring a pizza. But Doritos also wants to know, Kymeri, are you going to see any of the world's biggest things between current home and new home? I guess you're flying, so you won't really see anything.
I'm not going to see. I'm not going to see because
no.
it's not a road trip, unfortunately. Well, it's just too crazy. I'm not a long distance driver. I don't like driving to begin with, really, as much. So I'm just kind of like, all right, like I'm just gonna just fly. It's so much more convenient for me.
I'm driving to Florida in a couple weeks.
Oh. I do like road trips, but if it's farther than like 2 days, then I'd just fly. Anyway, will there be hockey on the other coast?
Yep. Yep, there's a rink 20 minutes away, like I said.
He's going to teach me how to play.
Well, and Rooney, too. I'm working with Rooney a bit, so that's going to be good for us. And she wants to learn how to skate, so I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. And
there you go.
It's gonna be good. That's one of our trips in like the first 2 months of me being there is to the shop, one of the shops up there, and should be fun.
Nice.
Rayu asks, why are you a Papega?
Very, very, just because I am.
It's all the pineapples.
It's all the allergic to pineapple memes.
And sand,
yep.
Bro, and that's the thing is like, this pineapple meme has been going on for so long.
Dude, Ray was the original starter of it, and it was like literally in my first few months of streaming. It wasn't even like...
Remember he sent you a pineapple pizza?
That was Ray.
Yeah, you were so mad.
But like,
you were so mad at him.
Trash.
Yeah, you were so mad, dude. You were so mad at him.
Oh, it was funny, though. It was worth the meme. It was so good.
Also, he did pineapple and olive.
Olive, yeah.
Like, why?
Not a fan of. Like, I like olives sometimes, but I will not eat them on my pizza. I don't
No.
like the warm
Like
feeling of the
like
olive.
if he did like a pineapple and pepperoni, like I could see myself eating it, right? But like,
oh yeah,
who the fuck wants to eat olives on a pizza?
How do you
Ever.
not have? How do you not have extra? How do you have extra toppings and one of them is not pepperoni?
Right.
Come on, Ray.
Sauce.
Rayu also asks, how long does it take for me to receive my order of Kymeri sand?
We're sorry. Kymeri sand factories are currently moving from the East Coast to the West Coast. All orders have been temporarily halted until further notice.
The warehouse got exploded. Sand everywhere.
Anakin's pissed.
Yeah. How long before Bald Miri blesses the masses?
Never. It's all about the flow. I can't do that to myself. My dad was bald at a young age. I can't do that to myself, man. No
All
way,
right.
I'm not you, bro.
Last question from Rayu. He says,
how do you keep from getting rusty in SWOTOR PvP?
Good question, because I haven't played in a while. But like for me, I think it's I think it's like mostly just like muscle memory. Like if I'm going on, if I like logged in and I was like, I'm gonna play a few games, like F it, like I'll probably be fine. My thumb will probably be like, what the hell, bro? Because it's been a while, but I'll remember like how to play the game. I don't think that innately like leaves you or anything like that. It's just getting your hand and like, you know, all that, depending if you use a mouse, right? Like the MMO mouse or like keybinds. Like it's like just depending on like what you use and if you can just actually like click the buttons or not. And I mean, mostly just playing other games too. Honestly, it helps. If you play like any other high APM game, even it's like whatever should help.
tell everybody where they can find you, brother.
You guys can find me at twitch.tv/Kymeri. That's where I'm mostly at. All my other links are in the link tree that are in my stream. Yeah, I'm usually streaming. Oh, this is going to be weird to say it in West Coast time. So Monday, Thursdays, Saturdays, and it's going to be the same time. So it's going to be 7 Eastern, but 4 Pacific. That's kind of weird to say now. Yes, that's so weird to say, but it's going to stay the same. I don't know when I'm going to be back yet. My last stream is Saturday. We're just going to be just doing my normal stuff. We're just going to be chilling. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be kind of emotional in a way because it's like, man, I don't think I've taken this long off of stream before, and maybe once before for like an emergency, but it was like, you know, it's going to be crazy. So,
but it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, the whole move is going to be great.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of Working Class Nerds.